I have either made a terrible mistake or I have made a good plan for the future. Because I am terrible and I always forget to do befores. This is the kind of before. Building the beds, conceded that this was just a weedy mess that did not serve anybody other than the weeds, which most of them are edible, but this is not me growing on a farm and very silly. So last night I pulled up all of my starts that made sense. There's carrots, I think, in here, maybe fennel. I don't remember, but they're going to be sacrificed to the buried underneath the soil gods. But yeah, I took out most of my salads and direct sowed brassicas. These brassicas were from transplants. As you can see, all of this is lamb's quarter from the sand, which we'll see. I'm just letting it do its thing. And then these are kale and cabbages, and these are transplants from the Charlotte or Swedes rutabagas and the turnips in these two tunnels between these blueberry bushes. So we'll see. And then all of the rest of these are flowers. It's just a big mess and it's chaos. And eventually I will fix it, but not today. And that's okay. But this will be the messed up in-row garden. And then I'm building 3 rows of raised beds, and I'm having soil delivered. And then I'll have like actual garden beds that I can cultivate, and I know that the soil will actually grow food, whereas this is just sandy nightmare. And that anything sprouted at all and is alive, I think is impressive. And because there is aged chicken bedding underneath the sand, because this dirt over there that I thought was a compost pile, it's just sand. There's like nothing in there other than weed seeds. So we're going to cover all of this with a weed barrier, build raised beds next to the high tunnel, and then this will be our food production area for the year and hopefully forever if this works well. And then that's the blueberry farm, because I have a blueberry farm and we've got a bunch of volunteer trees in there. So we need to cut those down, and then as we're clearing, like we trimmed back a bunch of the lilacs, we're going to remove a bunch of lilacs. I got a wood chipper, so I'm going to chip it all and put that in the pathways. And so once we're done doing pruning and clearing of all of the trees and stuff in our garden, because we have that, and we take down all of the volunteer trees that shouldn't be there because they shouldn't. Once we figured that out, and I've chipped it all and used it, I'll start building a compost pile over there. I'll start chipping the shrub that we took out and get rid of the garbage. And then the plan is to have wood chipped paths for this whole garden. And then once that is actually established, we'll be good to go. I used the sand here, and then I topped it with some of my potting soil that I moved, which is predominantly what's in there, on top of the asparagus. And so I put in 10 asparagus crowns, maybe 11, I don't remember, in here, and we'll see. This is a thing that like we won't harvest off it for at least 2 years, 3 maybe, but this is a long-term project and a long-term row and a perennial row. So there's enough space here to build another set of beds or do the washing station. We'll figure it out when we figure it out, but this is real. It's also still early enough that if we decide to that this doesn't work and I have extra soil, then I will build a raised bed for the asparagus and make a dedicated asparagus bed, because they've only been in there for a week, so it's not enough time for them to have established. It will be fine for me to pull them up. Oh, and I just saw that we actually have some asparagus, which is crazy. So yeah, no, this worked. They're happy. Cool. Asparagus, future food. So yeah, so this totally worked for them. We've gotten enough rain for them to be happy. But yeah, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 little asparagus stalks coming up already, which is awesome. But yeah, you know, future Lauren problem. Not today. Today is that. Oh God. It is not the best. It is not the worst, but the sun is setting. I did not finish today, which is not surprising because I changed my design like 4 times because I wanted to have wider paths between the beds. So I do not have enough weed fabric. I also want the weed fabric to go under the beds to hopefully keep the grass from growing on the edges. I'm going to fill these with cardboard and then probably put some wood down to keep the cardboard down and fill up a little space. Oh God, I don't know. Maybe that's 10-inch high raised bed. It's 240 centimeters. I don't know my metric to my imperial, even though my brain only really understands imperial. This is what all of them will have. And then I'm going to do the same at the end. Do an arch between the two. If I have not completely mucked up my spacing, we will see. Hopefully it'll work. There are so many spiders and ants. I'm rethinking everything that's happening with that. The existing high tunnel that's in here, but my thought was arches and arches, and it'll be pretty, and this will be easier to maintain if I actually try to maintain things, and then the fruit trees will be happier if I mulch them instead of having these giant towers of grass smothering them like they are now. That's not ideal. It's fine. It'll be fine. But so I need to get like all of this down for this bed and then reassess. But yeah, I'm just going over the beds that I had built before and building new beds, and this is tomorrow. But 3 of the 6 beds are built, so half the beds are built. Only 1 of the rose arbors are built, so there's 4 of those. And I only need to run 3 more of the weed fabrics. I think I ran 8 weed fabrics today. I don't know. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I did 9. So I did 9, and I have 3 to do tomorrow. That's like way more reasonable. So I think I will finish this tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm losing daylight because the sun is setting. So I'm going to call it. This is Saturday. Slowly but surely, we get closer to done. I need to lay 1 more piece of fabric there and then connect that. And then all the membrane for this garden is done. I still need to patch the holes up there around the trees. And then this part will be done. And then I just have 3 more boxes and 4 more hoops to build and install. Hooray! I'm so tired. Okay, so that's all for today. I still need to finish doing some weed fabric suppression chaos. I need to chip all of the wood chips. I need to not be sad about the kale coming up here. But this is kind of the dream. This is the plan. This is the chaos. So, you know, there are worse images than that. That's the thing. That is the thing. Alright, now I just have to wait for soil to be delivered, and I need to chip all the woods and buy more ground cover. Slash cut up ground cover. I bought more ground cover to fill in the spaces and the holes there. It'll get there. Bit by bit, piece by piece. And then eventually I'll know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here yet. I have a feeling that the smartest thing to do is more of that here. And I will probably end up doing more of that here, because it makes more sense to do more of that here than to let this chaos continue to reign supreme. Okay, so my plan is done. Now I just have to chip all the wood. But doing this makes me want to keep doing it all the way down the fields. Because it does. Yeah, it does. It just makes me want to keep doing it all the way down the field. So I'm just gonna pretend that that's not happening right now until I finish this and see how much material it takes. But I'm gonna leave those spaces open so I can do that again right there. This bed, I had already removed everything I planned to grow out of it, so it's already been dismantled. And then these still have kales and cabbages in them, so they're not dead yet. I'm not doing anything. I haven't watered them. I'm just letting chaos take its course and nature reigns supreme. So we'll see. But all of this is nonsense to my brain now, and that looks so good that I want to do that everywhere, because yeah, that's gonna be lovely very soon, and hopefully very low maintenance, and will give me something to do with all of the tree trimmings from the garden in the yard and reuse it on the farm. Yeah, chaos reigns supreme. Okay, thanks for watching. Well, my boyfriend helped, and the neighbor helped us move the bags from the street to here, so it's faster because it's not as far to take the soil. But I moved over 1,000 kilos of soil by a wheelbarrow and a shovel today, because that bag was full and it is now empty, and I started working on that bag. That bed is done. That bed is done. That bed is done. This bed is done as of 2 seconds ago. That bed is done, and that is tomorrow's problem. Yeah, this will be awesome, I think, eventually. And this is making me want to do it to that whole area, which is probably not a smart thing that this makes me want to do right now. But I do. But I shouldn't, and I won't. But I do want to. I want all of this to be like this, and I will do that. But not today. I also think these trees are going to be much happier now that this is happening. And we have little tiny cherries or something. I assume these are cherries. They might be plums, or I don't know. I don't know what's on this property. We haven't been here for a year yet. We've only been here for 4 months, and I did this in the last 2 weeks, and I don't understand how I did this and worked full time. It's been a fucking shit show of a week. But at least the garden looks good. Gardening as the sun sets. Moving dirt in the windy Skona. Spring, summer. There was no spring. We just went to summer, and summer just feels like spring. But yeah, I will plant my summer garden tomorrow, if I can figure out irrigation. Okay, well, I kind of fixed it, but it's in the grass. So this is not the goal. Whoops. But I have water. We'll figure it out. Okay. Change the height, change the placement, changed it from one angle to 360. Maybe it will water the pumpkin patch and the actual vegetable garden. We'll see. I don't know. Right now it looks like it just lives over there. I don't know that it's going in circles. I might have accidentally closed it so it can't turn. Okay. Round 3. Okay. Kinda? Maybe? Not sure. We'll see. I don't know. Irrigation is not sorted. But we're closer. This should go 360. We'll see. We'll see. But it is getting almost all of the actual garden bits of the garden. So, you know, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. It's getting most everything. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and it doesn't make it to there. Okay, so, okay. Damn it. It's okay. Okay. It works. Irrigation for the vegetable garden. I have not solved the squash tunnel situation, but I don't know that it's not connected to the blueberries. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. But that works. That'll work. That means I can plant things today. Ha ha! This is mostly done. I still have a lot to do, because I always have a lot to do. That's the nature of the things. But this looks like it mostly worked. The back definitely worked. This watered back there really well, but not necessarily the front. So I think I need to move this back and then run the hose. Chaos. It's good. It'll work. This is so progress, but not perfection. It's fine. That was my kale and cabbages, but yeah, it's getting there. Chaos has ensued. This was a row garden that had perennial tulips and stuff in it. It has lost its mind. We couldn't get the mower in, so now I'm putting in wheat fabric between the rows, and we'll have to probably redo them, but that is not today's problem. This is future, and this is so much cleaner, so much nicer, so much easier to maintain, and way exciting in terms of a prospect. Yeah, so that's happening. Almost everything is planted out. I still need to do some transplants in those 2 beds over there. Where it looks like there's nothing, things have been seeded. Peppers are kind of together. It's fine. The asparagus is gonna get borders as well to protect against this invasion of chaos. It's fine. I'm gonna fix it. Not today. That will eventually be compost. Oh look, it's the most beautiful sunny day, and I've been outside working all day. We have irrigation. I have figured out what I need to do for irrigation to work. It'll work. Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing, because I don't remember what I was doing. Soaker hose. So I got soaker hoses. And that will do the pumpkins, and that will do the perennial. So there's a soaker hose going that way. That'll be the perennial tea garden and wild garden and rhubarb and garlic chives. I was like, what is the name of you? And like, not grasslock, garlic chives. So garlic chives are there. We'll see. It'll be fine. This was already planted out, and I had not been watering this. Very dry, very sandy, but magic, a pumpkin still came up anyway. So we'll see what happens now that it's being irrigated and watered. There's a whole bunch of ants who are like, oh, what happened? Oh, water, this is the best. So that I know what has been seeded and what hasn't as I'm filling this up. Haha, burying the line, which means less evaporation, but also reminds me that that's what's in there. It's good. So I'm gonna go to here and plant, and it will be fine, because it will be fine, and then we will have a squash bed. This will all take over the world, and then, yeah, I'm gotta keep going. I need more soil, because I need more soil. The blueberries are happy. Every one of those flowers is a future blueberry. That's amazing. I don't understand what's happening. This is my Narnia-esque life. That sounds complete bullshit, but it is just reality, which is completely banana pants. Okay. Alright, this is becoming more real. Things are getting cleaned up. The creepy pink tree is gone. Yeah. Salad, kale, herbs, perennial garden on the outside of the greenhouse. Inside of the greenhouse still has a bunch of the spring brassicas that didn't take off fast enough because, you know, experiments and not knowing this. Artichokes getting bigger, some salad, tomatoes and peppers and eggplants. More of my starts that need homes. That is the greenhouse. More chaos over here. It's fine. And then the last food growing space is back here. Other than this giant cherry tree, we have a lot of fruit trees. We don't know what they are, but we will by the end of the year. It's our first year. It's chaos. This is sage and chives and thyme, and then I've put salads and cabbages and some leeks and kale. So yeah, there's some other stuff in here that I don't know what it is, but it's fine. And a couple strawberries, some parsley. You know, yeah. Final update. I have soaker hoses going. I have cucumbers planted for my son and flowers for my daughter and salad for us. So, yeah. That's what's happening. Chaos. This is the perennial stuff with the rhubarb. I got the soaker hose going, so actually have irrigation. Huzzah! And then put some cucumbers in this row. This is our pumpkin squash row. There are pumpkins, some beans, and some of Lily's flowers. And then, yeah, I buried grass. It's fine. I don't care. The pumpkins will take over and smother all this out. So I've come to terms. It's fine. But yeah, so this is the hopefully flowers and summer squash from there, and then I need more soil, and I'll plant more pumpkins and summer squash. This is whatever it is. I don't know. It's chaos, but it should be much easier to maintain and more beautiful. Thanks for watching.